Welcome to Two Guys, but One Has a Laptop. I'm your host, Noah Barnes, and this is my co-host, Quinlan Duvall. Today on Two Guys, but One Has a Laptop, the History Channel's favorite crossover episode, the Cold War. Quinlan, do you want to give some background information before we go completely off script?
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about today, is really going to be the ideology behind the United States in the Cold War. So what we found is, what the U.S. was based off of at the founding of the country was the ideas of John Locke and the pursuit of life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. And that sort of, we found, goes completely out the window when we're talking about the Cold War, where America really took any liberal ideas such as those seen by John Locke and anything like that at all is really just deemed communist because of the conflicting ideologies within the U.S.
Well, yeah, the U.S. was more capitalist republic, valuing freedom over anything else. Unless you're a hippie, then good luck. But the USSR was communist. It was a dictatorship where the government controlled the means of production, and if everyone was communist, us fellow capitalists wouldn't have any trade partners. That would kind of suck, So being like polar opposites, we saw a lot of dangers in the other ideology, taking over the world, because I don't know, that's a thing.
Well, and it's a valid fear because it's pretty much one of the key components of communism, where it has to spread to the entire world in order to succeed.
I think they were just too ambitious. They probably could have gotten away with just Europe. Meh. But the USSR, in theory, was a very democratic state. It believed in its constitution that everyone had the freedom of speech, press, assembly, the right to religious belief and worship. But every constitutional right basically had exceptions lined up. So, you had the freedom to speak, but you gotta talk to, Josephi over there, the censor, before you can say, water isn't wet,
Yeah, and that was the case with every single right that they put into the Constitution. It was supposed to be, oh yeah, this is this wonderful, fantastic, most democratic Constitution ever, and that really never was the case at all, not even close.
Oh yeah. Well, communism and our whole capitalism ideology in each respective state was kind of flip-flopped opposites in more ways than you think, including just citing the sources. Like, America didn't really say, John Locke is our guy, you should all read up on John Locke because he's what we based our thing off of. Not entirely. His ideology was life, liberty, and the right to own land, which we kind of still go by, but we put down life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness because Thomas Jefferson was writing basically a late-term high school paper, copy-pasted, and just changed some words around. That's basically, we can't blame him. We did the same thing. Oh, don't you lie, you absolutely did.
Not quite.
Oh, come on. You
Almost.
write all your papers? Well, yeah. But anyway, the whole thing about the Cold War, why did it start?
I don't know. Why did it start?
Oh,
no.
so I'm doing it. All right.
No. Yeah. So, really, there are lots of reasons why the Cold War started. The part of it was the different ideologies.
Germany.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of.
Well, the Soviet Union refused to join the UN. America and Britain was like, man, they got a lot of bombs. I don't really trust them. You want to like stockpile up bombs, so just in case they blow us up, we can blow everyone else up. Yeah, it's a great idea.
And even from the start of the USSR existing at the around World War I, there was still sort of that tension between the two countries because it took a long time for the U.S. to actually recognize the USSR as a country, and that didn't really sit nicely with them at all.
Well, like, there was that, and then they allied in World War II, but after the Russians got, like, half of Germany, with, like, they got the right side of Germany, which is funny, because rights is the one thing the people didn't really get. Well, that and food, but, like, you know how the cookie crumbles. You don't get one, because you're poor.
And the alliance during World War II wasn't really an alliance out of we agree with you. It was more we want to defeat the Nazis, so let's team up. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, sort of.
And if the Nazis didn't like backstab Russia, we probably would never have been like allies with them. But Germany was run by a meth head with a stupid mustache. So that happened. What? I'm not wrong. They invented meth and orange soda.
What?
Nazis.
This is news to me.
They invented orange soda because
I'm not denying it.
It was a Snapple fact.
This information brought to you by Snapple.
Not sponsored.
but if you want a sponsorship, Snapple.
Oh, Snapple, come on. We love it. Part 2, never gonna happen. But like, sponsor us.
But if they were to sponsor, maybe.
Oh,
We'd
yeah.
Consider.
We consider Snapple. It's all up to you. Sponsor us. But
anyway,
you should get back on track.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Cold War lasted from 1947 when Russia got Germany to 1991, and I know you're holding back tears, but when they fell apart.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Gorbachev shouldn't have took down the wall. No, he probably should have. I think that and Pizza Hut, good idea. What? You've seen the ads. I know we like can't edit this, but if there was like an edit bit, this is where you'd put the Pizza Hut ad with Gorbachev. Come on.
I'm not familiar with this actually.
Damn you.
Hey, it's not my fault.
Yeah, true.
I didn't come prepared to this, all right?
Oh, thank you to Evelyn for researching for us. With us.
Yes, shout out to Evelyn.
Shout out
she's
to
the other
Evelyn.
partner who couldn't make it here today, but no, she's here in our hearts.
And this paper, mostly this paper.
Yeah, she wrote like half the paper.
Don't give her that much credit. Come on.
We got.
We won't count, but she did an amount.
She did a lot.
An undisclosed amount that will keep our grades intact for this. But yeah. Basically, the U.S. used to be John Locke, but when the Cold War kind of happened, Kennedy went balls to the wall, and I guess head to the seat, but what? It's a good
Go on.
joke.
Oh,
It was funny. There we go.
oh, it took a while to click.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It didn't take long for him to. Never mind. Public television. But Kennedy basically said, "Yeah, we're not afraid of you. We won't even build bunkers." And he didn't. If bombs dropped, we were doomed. And so was like the rest of the world. And that's why it didn't happen. Mutually assured destruction, mad, because, you know, Ho's mad and also our president. But
we were 2 minutes from midnight.
we were. We are again.
We are right now.
We
since
are
last
right
year.
now. Since 2018, we have been at 2 minutes to midnight. Not because the Russians are at it again, which they kind of are. Sorry, Ukraine. Not sorry. We aren't sending help. What? We're sending journalists. They got Vice, right?
Oh my gosh.
It's true.
No.
But, like, 2 minutes to midnight, very bad. This is, like, very close to the end of the world and very hard to prevent. Last time was the Cold War, when we decided to march up tanks against Russian tanks, and we slowly backed them away.
Mhm.
But this time, there is no Russia, kind of. This time, we're just throwing straws in rivers.
Well, there's that aspect. A lot of it also is, once again, nuclear conflicts. You know, you have all these countries making, you know, North Korea is working on the nuclear program.
Is Iran still doing that?
Well, you know, like about 30 days left for negotiations, and then they may or may not start stockpiling uranium
Thanks for
again.
time stamping this recording. 30 days, but this goes up on Friday, so. And reruns.
30-ish, maybe
30-ish.
like a month-ish. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Anyway. Yeah, we had instead of, you know, blowing up the entire world, mutually assured destruction, Ho's mad, times 24, we kind of did these proxy war things where we just, you know, imagine like two guys throwing money at which crab will win in a crab fight, but the crabs are both the same country, but one crab thinks that they should share the wealth, and one crab really likes Coca-Cola. Guess which one we are. You know?
Yeah.
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 But, like, you know, we fought proxy wars. Korea, the Tibetan uprising of 1959. Great if you want to research that. It's kind of funny. Well, that's horrible, but. Central American crisis, Cuba and Turkey. That was fun.
That was a
Cuba
time.
had missiles. Turkey had missiles. We both wanted each of the missiles gone, but we didn't want to take ours away. We didn't take ours away. Cuba's de-missiled, you know?
Well, as far as we know.
As far as we know. They could probably still
We're not going to get into conspiracies, though.
And then the years of lead in Italy.
When we helped the Italian Nazis,
Yeah,
right after we defeated the German ones.
There were Italian Nazis in the years of lead that we aided because they were also fighting the communists. But basically what we were thinking is, America's horrible. We do not care about happiness. What are we thinking? Clearly, we're not following John Locke. We're following Arthur Schopenhauer, the world's best cynic, you know? Modern cynicism, not the living in barrels in ancient Greece? Greece.
Yes, Greece.
Greece. Diogenes,
Diogenes, yes.
Diogenes, yeah. But we weren't living in barrels anymore. We were talking about how nothing's meant to make you happy. If you could read the quote from Arthur Schopenhauer himself, Quinlan.
Yes, so Arthur Schopenhauer, he has this quote. It says, "There's only one inborn error, and that is the notion that we exist in order to be happy. So long as we persist in this inborn error, the world seems to us full of our contradictions. For at every step in things great and small, we are bound to experience that the world and life are certainly not arranged for the purpose of maintaining a happy existence. Hence, the countenances of almost all elderly persons were the expression of what is called disappointment.
That's funny. Come on. Arthur Schopenhauer's funnier than us. We're kind of funny. Kind of.
They can judge this.
Snapple, you can judge it. Still not, taking that back. Snapple, hit us up. But, yeah, we kind of answer to the question. What was America thinking? We weren't. But if we were, it'd probably be something along the lines of Schopenhauer. Any statements to end us off?
Well, yeah. Basically, what Schopenhauer is saying here is, even though we may think this, we don't actually exist to be happy. So, existence is not good.
Yeah.
Really.
And that's why we hated hippies. Because, who likes hippies, right? That's why we banned everything.
There are other reasons that we didn't like the hippies.
Charles Manson doesn't count. But, that's why we banned everything from, LSD to the Volkswagen van. I mean, we probably banned the Volkswagen van for, economic reasons, too, but...
Yeah, I think it qualified, as a truck.
Yeah,
so
I think that's a load of BS,
yeah,
though.
Yeah, they just really didn't want Volkswagen vans being, taking up all the sales of cars in the U.S. because they were selling,
like hotcakes. But they were quality, cheap. Kind of like this table. If you go to a wide shot, you'll see this table doesn't just have 4 legs. It has 5. Sorry to flex.
5 legs.
5 legs.
With wheels.
Oh, with wheels. You can't even make this stuff up.
So
that is...
They could afford a 5th leg.
Yeah.
I don't... Where does this town get its money from?
I know. Bedford, eat your heart out. But anyway, I think we've covered what we need to cover.
Yep.
America's insane because we cared more about Coca-Cola sales than the destruction of the entire planet, and we were willing to test it. But anyway, this is Noah Barnes and Quinlan Duvall signing off. You want to try peyote with Spirit Search?